waiting all day, too afraid to try and make a change. But now I realize I've got to be brave, thinking out, why can't that be me? Cause I know I gotta show, yeah, what I'm capable of. Because I don't wanna be standing on the outside looking in. If I push through the clouds, standing on the inside, I'll see the stars. If you want it, shine, I'll make it. Well, I got the Y factor, and all the roadblocks, they don't face me. Well, I just knock them down. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Oh yeah. If you want it, you can take it now. Are you ready? Cause I got the way. Yeah, I got the way. I got the Y factor. Time to go hard, I'm not gonna fade. I can feel the eyes are watching me. There's only one chance, so you can't be late. Starting now, I'm making that change. It's my goals, and I know, I gotta make them come true. Because I don't wanna be standing on the outside looking in. If I push.
Hello, good afternoon, good morning, good evening. How are you all doing today? You are welcome to our Healthy Living Show, showing every Saturday afternoon at 12 p.m. My name is Jessica, and you are live on our cook show today. Thank you for joining us on the show today. Okay, for most of you that subscribe, thank you very much. For the who is here to subscribe, thank you so very much. So please press all our press our notification bell so that you get all the notification bell once it's uploaded. Okay, subscribe to our YouTube channel called the Healthy Living Show. Just press any buttons there. All right, give this video a big thumbs up, like, comment, and also share to your friends and your family. All right, like I said, my name is Jessica, and we are going to be cooking an amazing delicacy today on the show. Okay, so if you are just joining us and are wondering what this show is all about, this show is where we bring different delicacies nationwide, from nationwide. Sometimes we cook it as coordinator to on this show. Sometimes we do smoothies, sometimes we do a salad, different varieties of healthy salad. Okay, if you are just joining us and you're wondering what this show is all about, so this is what I'm explaining. So we cook different soup from north, south, east, and west, just nationwide. Cooking it in a more healthier way with absolutely no water or with water. When it comes to hard grain, we use water. When it comes to vegetables, meat, fish, and the likes, we don't use water. Okay, all right. And we are also cooking this in a healthier way, trying to not using more spices, not these chemical spices. We don't use that. Okay, we try to use as much as plant-based plants. We also use plant-based, and we also try to get fresh vegetables and fruit while we are cooking. So it's good for you to eat your food fresh, get it fresh from the farm is good, and also eat plant-based is very, very good for you. All right. And also the colors too matters a lot. When we are cooking this a healthy show, we try as much as possible to bring up the colors. Okay. So colors too is very, very good. It helps in your vitality, and also your total body maintenance, and it boosts your immune system. All right. Okay. So today we are going to be cooking Osumada. Okay. Osumada soup, or Ofe Osumada. So this particular delicacy or this particular soup is from Niger Delta. Okay, mostly from the Abo indigenes. Okay, so this soup is from Niger Delta. This is their local soup. This soup is very nice. It's yummy. It's nice. You can either make it light or thick. Rejoice to see us. Okay, so this soup, I'm going to be cooking this soup with no oil today. Okay, I'm not going to be using any oil for cooking this soup, and I'm not going to be using any MSG product. No. So what I'm going to be using our local African spice to cook this amazing soup today. All right. So before I introduce my recipes for today's show, I'm going to my hands with soap and water, and then we will continue to cook. So I'm not going to be wasting much of your time here. So this soup is very simple, easy, It's very, very simple, easy. It's very simple and easy, so you don't have to already know how to cook egusi, ogbono, bitter leaf, edikaiko, vegetable soup, you know, ofe nsala and the likes. You know, get to learn to cook all different kinds of food from the all African food, okay, on this show. All right, and it's very simple. My cooking method is very, very easy to learn. Very easy to learn. Okay, so my recipes for Osumada, okay, Osumada, that is the name, okay, Osumada soup. All right, so I'm going to be using the Osumada stick. This is the stick they use for it, okay, Osumada stick. You know the stick they use for banga soup, okay, the Delta banga soup. This is the stick, but this one is a different method entirely, which I'm going to be explaining in the show while we are cooking. All right, so the next one I'm going to be using for my recipes is crayfish. This is blended crayfish. Yeah, and here I have my red scotch bonnet. Some people will be wondering, so what's red scotch bonnet? Scotch bonnet is just atarodo ose, okay? It's atarodo. That is red scotch bonnet. The English name is called red scotch bonnet. And then I'll be using dry smoked fish. Use any dry smoked fish of your choice, but that dry smoked fish is compulsory. Then I'll be using dry stockfish. I'm using stockfish. For my protein, I'm going to be using goat meat. I prefer goat meat because goat meat is is more healthier than beef, than normal beef. All right. Okay. Then I'm going to be using red chilies. This red chili is also called Shombo or Bawa. Okay. So I'm going to be using red chili. Remember, I'm not going to be using red oil. Okay. You can as well use palm nuts, palm kernel nuts. You just boil it and then extract it. It's also good. All right. So then I'm going to be using this one is already cooked. It's covered because the aroma is amazing. So this is called ogiribo, locust beans. This is called ogiribo, locust beans. So you can actually use the Yoruba type or the Hausa type, dawa dawa. But this particular soup, the one food very good for it is ogiribo. Okay, ogiribo like locust beans. Not the one you use for her soup or for bitter leaf soup. That is ofonogo. That is one we use for it. Okay, for our thickener, soup thickener, I'm going to be using yam. This is the yam. In salad master, we do not actually kind of boil our yam, peeling off the skin. We cook the yam with the skin on. All right, and we use a special cookware called the 3-quart with the inside to cook the yam. Thereby, we are not immersing the yam in the water, okay? Because our dietitian said that when you peel any of these things, you're going to peel off. You're going to peel most of the nutrients. I'll be explaining more about that when I'm about to blend that yam. So I'm going to be using yam as my soup thickener. This is similar, like more like white soup. That is ofe nsala, yeah? All right, then I'm going to be using sea salt. Okay, not the normal table salt. I'm going to be using sea salt as taste. Okay, all right. So if you're just joining me and you're wondering what Jessica is cooking on the show today I am cooking Osumada soup. Okay, and this particular soup is from Niger Delta, most specifically from the Arbors, okay, Arbor people. Yeah. So quickly a recap on my recipes again. I'll be using Osumada stick. Osumada stick, the English name is called licorice. That is the name for the English name for Osumada stick. You can also Google it, check it, and know the health benefits of Osumada seed. Osumada stick. Yeah. Then I'll be using crayfish, red scotch bonnets, dry smoked fish, stockfish, goat meat, red chili, sea salt to taste, and of course yam as my soup thickener. This particular soup, the Niger Delta people, they don't add leaf to it. They don't add any vegetable to it. But because this is a healthy show, I decided to add leaf to it, okay, to make it more healthy, to make it more rich. Okay, so the leaf that I've chose to add to this my Osumada soup is the Uzuza leaf, also known as the hot leaf. Okay, this has a very special aroma and is very, very healthy. All right. Okay, without further ado, let's dive straight into the cooking process. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to start by cooking my meat, my goat meat. So goat meat, normally when I want to cook soup, soup, stew, whatever I want to be, either fish, chicken, or meat. I like to marinate. When you marinate your fish, your chicken, or your beef overnight, or maybe a few hours you're cooking, it helps it to be very more tasty. So here, what I use to marinate my chicken, because I'm not using NMSG, I just decided to use only sea salt. Okay, so it's only sea salt I use for my goat meat. So I've marinated it. So I'm going to be cooking this now. Okay. So I have two different kinds of Salad Master healthy cooking system. Here I have the 7 quarts. Okay, this one is called the 7 quarts. Okay, so this is called the 7 quarts, which will feed only 8 people. We could use this for beans, rice, any kinds of cooking. Okay, and here we have the 5 wok. This is the 5 wok, which you can also use for any kinds of cooking. Very, very good. And this feed only for 5 people, depending on what you are cooking and also the quantity of food that you are cooking. So these are especially the 2 cookwares that I'll be using for today's show. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to start by cooking my goat meat. So this is my goat meat. It's already washed nicely and clean. So I'm going to start by cooking my goat meat. I don't need to add sea salt again because I already used that to marinate. Okay, and I'm not going to be adding water, because goat has their own natural moisture to cook by themselves, to cook its own moisture. Yeah. So then I'm going to cover, and then okay. So I'm turning off my electric hot plates. Remember, in Salad Master we cook from medium click low. So then I'm cooking my goat meat now on a medium heat. When the vapor valve clicks, this is what is called the valve. The valve, yeah. Okay, I want to show them this. Okay, so this is called a valve. This cookware is silently vibrated to notify you when you are cooking above 86 degrees Celsius. So in Salad Master, we do not cook up to 100 degrees Celsius. We cook below the boiling point. That's at 86. So when you are cooking with Salad Master, this is your friend in the kitchen. Always get to listen to this. Get to know when this thing is ticking. When it's ticking, you just have to turn either your hot plate or your electric or your gas down, so that you do not lose your nutrients. Okay, right. Okay, so in there I'm going to add my stockfish. I'm going to add in my stockfish, and when the goat meat boil a little, then I can add in my dry smoked fish. All right. So all the items that I have on this table slab, they're already prepped. What I mean by prepped, they're already washed and clean. All right, so I'm going to be adding in my stockfish. Right. So I'm going to be adding in my stockfish there, just for it to cook together with the goat meat. So it depends on the quantity of food that you are cooking, or the quantity of this thing you're cooking. So you can actually add in the ingredients. You don't have to actually follow my own size. Okay. All right. Okay, so the next one I'm going to start by again cooking is my red chilies and my red bell pepper. My red chilies and my red scotch bonnet, that is bawa and atarodo. Yeah. So I'm going to start boiling this together. So I noticed that, or rather I discovered that when you boil your bawa and your red scotch bonnet, especially when you want to use them for soups, okay, it brings us that the color will be more sharper, okay, more sharper, more pronounced, yeah, so that it gives you that nice, yummy color that you want to see in your soup, okay. But there's nothing wrong if you can actually just blend it like that. But for me, when you boil it, it gives you the nice color. I think you should also try it, especially when you're not cooking with oil. And the only way you cannot cook with oil is by using Salad Master healthy cooking system. Yeah. All right, so let's cook this. So this is what I'm going to use as my base. Okay. So this is red chilies. I'm going to be cooking this inside the 5 wok. And also I'm also going to be using the red scotch bonnet. Remember, or mind you, the red chili, which is this bawa, is very spicy. Yeah. And red scotch bonnet is also very spicy. In fact, red scotch bonnet is extra spicy. So when you are the type that don't like spicy food, it's either you use only dates or you just want it a little bit spicy, you can add a little of dates. Okay. All right. So I'm going to be adding some of these red scotch bonnets. Okay, that is enough for me. I don't want this soup to be extra spicy. I just want it to be moderate. All right. So then I'm going to be adding a little water in there because red chili does not really have enough water or enough moisture. So had it been its tomatoes, now we don't need to add water. But because it's pepper, we are going to be adding a little water. Okay, so we're just going to boil this for about 5 minutes. And then when it's cooked, we are not going to drain out the water. We still use the same water to blend this very smooth. All right. Okay. All right. Okay, there in there, the 7 quarts and also the 5 quarts, yeah. So the 7 quarts is what I'm cooking my goat meat and also my stockfish in, while the 5 quart is where I'm boiling my red bell pepper, red chilies and red scotch bonnet. Remember that we are not using any red oil in this cooking at all, and it's going to be looking so yummy, delicious, and mouth-watering. It's going to be looking so appetizing. All right. Okay, so the next one we are going to be talking about is this Osumada stick. So if you are from the Niger Delta, please indicate yourself in the comment section. I would like to know, or better if you can explain more about this stick to me. I would like to know. Okay, so this stick is actually used for Osumada soup and also for banga soup. Okay, so banga soup. So when people kind of talk about banga soup, they'll be thinking about maybe the banga. We have the banga stew and we also have the banga soup. The banga stew is the eastern part one, is the east from the one they use palm kernel, the one they eat with rice, with scent leaf and the likes, yeah. While the banga soup is one that the Delta people use for their swallow, like for their swallow, yeah. So it's 2 different kinds of banga used with different kinds of cooking. All right, I think we have a comment on the comment section, so I would like to answer your question. I would like to know what you're talking about. So please, let's see the question. Hi, Benedict Pope, how are you doing? Thank you for joining me on the show and thank you for the wonderful greeting. I really appreciate it and happy weekend to you. Thank you so much. I appreciate your greeting. All right. All right. So please stay with me and let's cook this together too. Okay. Thank you. All right. Okay. So the next one I'm going to start by washing. Yeah, just rinsing my dry smoked fish again. So this soup is necessary to put your dry smoked fish because when you are cooking native soups like this, Osumada soup, okay, like I told you, is similar to white soup. That is Ofe and Sarah. It's very, very similar. So dry smoked fish is a necessity. It's compulsory. Okay, it gives you this nice aroma, this kind of nice African taste, very nice and yummy. So it's very, very compulsory to use your dry fish. So I'm going to just rinse this. Okay. And also what I noticed that some people, when they want to wash their dry smoked fish, you know, maybe they will just kind of bring it out. They bring it out. They bring the fish out for maybe like for 2-3 hours, soak it in hot water, put salt in there, soak it in hot water, leave it there for hours, like 2, 3, 4 hours. And then later they drain out the water and then wash the fish again before adding it into the soup at the end of the day. How do you think the fish is gonna taste? The remaining sweetness inside that fish is just destroyed by doing that, by just preparing that's just preparing it in that manner. Yeah. So the only thing you used to do that A lot is already gone out of this when they're kind of reading it. Okay, so what you just have to do is to use salt. Put your salt in your cold water. Do not use hot water. Use your salt in your cold water. Wash it, put it there for just a while. Wash it very well. Use brush to brush it very well so the remaining taste in it will still be there. Okay, so that you do not lose it. Do not lose it. Okay, so I'm going to be adding this. This is already washed with salt and a vegetable brush to scrub this under running water. Scrub it very clean. Okay, all right, so I'm going to be adding this to my goat meat and stockfish. All right, so this is my dry smoked fish, which I'm going to be using for my Osumada soup. Remember, we are not using any water at all for cooking the meats because Salad Master it comes with head tights, okay? It's head tight like this. Okay, so when you are cooking, no vapor goes in and no vapor comes out, especially when you are cooking with medium heat, okay? Especially when you are cooking with medium heat. So you don't need to be adding so much water because some food too leaches into water. All right, so then I'm going to be adding in my dry smoked fish. Okay. So we cover this and allow it to continue to simmer. Okay. So when you're cooking with your Salad Master, to ensure that you're also cleaning up the water marks too easily. Okay, so they do not leave the water marks on it. All right. So the next one I'm then going to do, I'm going to start by slicing my scent leaf or slicing my uzuza leaf. Okay, so this is uzuza leaf, also known as hot leaf. This leaf is super amazing. Okay, this is already washed. So I'm just going to start by slicing it. So it's always healthy or more hygienic to wash your leaf, your vegetable before slicing. Yeah. Wash your leaf before slicing and then prep to make your food cooking more organized. It's actually very good to prep your food. Just prep all your ingredients or all your recipes down, set them, and then start your cooking. It will make your cooking more organized and more easy. And it's also easy for cleanup, for easy cleanup. So as you are cooking, you'll be washing up, you're tidying up easily. All right. So like I said, this particular soup, the Niger Delta indigenes, they don't add vegetable to it. But because this is a healthy living show, this is a healthy cooking show, I decided to add vegetable to it. Okay. And I believe that this particular vegetable that I chose is suitable for this soup. It's going to give it extra flavor, aroma, and makes it even more tasty. Okay, so please, if you've not subscribed to our YouTube channel, kindly do that right now. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Just press the red bell button there. Subscribe, give this video a big thumbs up, share to your friends and your family, and also leave a comment. Okay, also leave a comment. And Salad Master is celebrating. We are celebrating 76 years anniversary. So Salad Master was established since 1946. Okay. All right. Okay, so I finished slicing in my hot leaf. I'm going to be checking my pepper because I'm going to be blending my pepper now. All right. All right, so our pepper, 1, 2, go. Wow. Okay, so I'm going to turn off my electric hot plates. So this is the pepper, yeah? So this water, you don't need to drain out the water. Remember, before you cook this pepper, you wash this pepper with salt. Yeah, so this pepper, I wash it with salt. At least wash it like 3 times. The first one you wash it with salt. The second one you wash it, you don't wash it with salt. You just wash it, normal washing. And then the third one, you just rinse it very clean. Make sure that the water is clean. Rinse it properly. And you see anyone that is not giving you, that is having some dark spots or dirty, just trash that one out. Yeah, wash it very clean. Okay, so this is it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to blend it, but I'm going to just leave it here a little while so that it will cool down a little bit. Yeah, it will cool down a little bit. Right. So I'm going to be blending this, my pepper, using a blender. I'm going to be blending this with a blender. Okay. All right. So I'm going to be blending this with a blender in a very smooth paste. Okay. In a very smooth paste. So we are not using any form of oil at all for this cooking. All right, so I'm going to blend this in a smooth paste. All right. Okay, so this is well blended in a very smooth paper. I don't want to open this right now because if I open it now, I'm going to be choking on pepper. So I don't want to open it now. I don't want to open it while talking, so I will not choke on pepper. Okay. All right, so this blended pepper, I'm going to be adding this inside my goat meat and also my dry smoked fish and stockfish. The aroma is simply amazing. So look here, no water there. Yes. Okay, so then I'm going to add in my pepper mix, my pepper paste. Okay. All right. So let's rinse this out. Okay. Okay. All right. So this is it. And look at the color. The color is so amazing, looking absolutely yummy. No oil there yet. I'm not using any oil there. So don't think I added oil there, no oil there. Okay. All right, so I'm going to cover this and allow it to still to simmer. So while that is simmering, then this is our Osumada stick. Osumada stick, okay. The English name is called licorice. Okay, licorice stick. So this stick, the way that Niger Delta use it, that you pound it with a malt and a paste. You pound it to be very, so the stick is very long. Then you wash it with a vegetable brush. Okay, when you wash it with get rid of the sand and dirty, then wash it very well. Then put it in a mortar and pound it. Pound it very well, okay? Okay, pound it very well, and then we add this in a hot water, then we drain out the water. So it's the water that we are going to use to cook. The water to have a super amazing aroma. All right, so what I'm going to do is that I'm going to be boiling some water inside the 5 wok. Okay, so this is the Osumada stick. Okay. So I can as well just put it in, or if you don't want to just boil the water, you can just put it in there. Okay. See the way I pounded it, put it in there, and then let it release the juice out from the stick. We use this juice to cook. All right. So we just leave this for a little while for it to get hot. Then I will drain out the water and use the juice to cook. Okay. All right. So while we are waiting for our Osumada stick, that is a liquid stick to get very hot, I'm going to be adding in my crayfish, and then I'm also going to be blending my yam. These are crayfish. So at this time now, I'm going to be adding in my sea salt to taste. Okay, sea salt. So this is a tablespoon. I'm just going to be adding half of it of sea salt. Then you cover and allow it to continue to simmer. Okay, so then I'm going to be blending my yam. Like I said, we use a soup thickener. So the soup thickener that I are going to be using is yam. Okay, so it's yam that we are going to be using. So this is my yam. This yam is already cooked with the skin on. In Salad Master, we do not peel any of our tuber crops like ginger, turmeric. Yeah, we do not peel any of our tuber crops like ginger, turmeric, sweet potatoes, Irish potatoes, no, or carrots. Because as our teacher said, that if you peel any of these tuber crops, you're peeling most of the nutrition away, and that's why we do not peel. So Salad Master, we cook with the skin on, especially in yam, Irish potatoes, sweet potatoes. Okay. So all you just have to do is to get your yam, wash it very well, use a vegetable brush, wash it under running water, and then cook it without immersing it in water. We use a special cookware for that called the 3/4 with the culinary baskets. Yeah. So we are not immersing the yam in water. So it's more like we're also detaching for those people who say that doctor said that it's not good for you to eat yam because it causes or whatever. So you can also use your culinary basket to detach your yam. All right. Okay. So this is my yam, which I'm going to be using as my soup thickener. So I'm going to be adding this inside my blender, and then I'm going to add some water to blend it very smooth. And then I'll add that inside my soup to thicken it. So like I said, the soup could either be light or just a little bit thick, not too thick, depending on how you want it. Okay. So I'm going to be adding some water. And then after blending this, I'm going to be checking my liquid rice stick. Add some water. Okay. Beautiful. So you can see that this soup is very easy. It's very, very easy to prepare. Okay, nice and smooth. Yeah. Okay. All right. Oh. Okay. All right, so this is my Osumada stick. That is liquid rice stick. You see that the water is changed color now, so it's just the juice that I need. So I'm going to drain the juice. I'm going to drain out the extract the juice out from the liquid rice stick. This stick is very healthy. Okay, see that? So if it's one you use for banga soup, then you don't even need to drain this. You just throw the stick inside the soup and then use it to cook. Receiving one aroma like that I love so much. Okay, so the next one I'm going to do, I'm going to be adding in my blended. So then I'm going to be adding in my blended yam. So this is my yam that is already blended. So this is what I'm going to be using to thicken my soup. So you'll be adding little by little until you get the thickness that you desire. And I'm also going to be adding some water inside this soup. Okay. So after this, after the yam, I'm then going to be adding the locust beans. That is ogiribo inside this soup. I'm also going to add some more water. I want the soup to be more. Okay. Okay. Beautiful. So I'm still going to add some little water. And then be adding the locust beans inside too as well. So this is the locust beans. The locust beans, yeah. This is ogiribo. This one is the Igbo type. They use these two for African salad. That is abacha, agwara, and Italy soup or hot soup or even white soup. Just a little. And I'm going to be adding some water. Just gently dissolve this. Okay. So then I'm going to add in this inside the soup. Beautiful. We give this a good stir. So yeah, so after stirring this soup, I'm going to cover this to allow this to just to simmer for 5 minutes. And then we are going to go on a short break. And then when we get back from the short break, we are just going to add our vegetable, that is hot leaf. So normally for the Abo people, Niger Delta people, just the way this soup is looking, just like this is how they cook it. They just serve the soup like this. No need of adding vegetable. But because this is a healthy living shows, healthy cooking shows, I'm going to be adding a vegetable. And the vegetable that I chose to add inside this Osumada soup is called uzuza leaf or hot leaf. Okay, so I'm going to cover this and allow this to simmer for another 5 minutes. So we are gonna go on a short break. All right, so thank you everyone for joining me on the show. Please, the show is not yet over. We are not yet done cooking, so please do not go anywhere yet. Okay, so we are gonna go on a very short break and we will be right back. This is Healthy Living Shows. Thank you.
There's truly no more important investment long-term than your health and the health of your family.
When you look at a company that's been in business for 75 years, it tells you that it's stable. And that tells me that I can rely on them. I can trust them.
75 years ago, Harry Lemons had a vision. And that vision was to go from coast to coast in the USA.
Harry Lemon started in 1946, changing 4 lives, and that's where this whole movement started. And to think 75 years later, we have this opportunity to impact millions of people.
The product is just so versatile and it allows you to just cook simple dishes in so many different ways.
I don't have to worry about losing all the nutrients in my food, and so I really love the healthy benefit that you get from using Salad Master.
Lo mismo que cocinábamos antes, lo podemos hacer hoy, pero sin aceite y sin agua. Ha sido algo que totalmente ha cambiado la nutrición de nuestra familia gracias a Salad Master.
In Salad Master, it will allow you to prepare a meal fast, easy, and convenient. You don't have to make things complicated.
I love it because you get to see people truly fall in love with the product, use the product, and you get those feedback from people saying thank you for sharing Salad Master with me and my family, and you could really see them enjoying using their cookware.
Salad Master's customer service and customer focus is second to none. Every decision is made about the customer experience. Are we doing the right thing by the customer?
And we're going to continue to maximize the value at the dealership level, because without dealers, Salad Master isn't the special company and product that it is.
And the beauty of our product is our product protects the integrity of the food.
If I could leave people with one thought about Salad Master, whether you're in the business, whether you're a customer, they care.
What's next for consumers of the past or the future is a brand new Salad Master. We're currently engaged in continuing to revolutionize what cooking ultimately means to maximize the health and nutrition and how people interact with products in their kitchen.
Salad Master really is the only way. It provides an opportunity to bring families home, to eat at home more, but to do it in a healthier and faster way. And in a sense, it's not just bringing families together, it's bringing communities together, and provides so much opportunity for all of us to grow, to be healthier, to contribute more to society, and to give back.
Hi, you are welcome back to our healthy cooking shows. My name is Jessica, and thank you so very much for joining me on the show today. You don't know how happy I am. Thank you so very much. And please do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel called The Healthy Living Show. Yeah, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Please like, comment, and also share. We're also streaming live on Facebook as Salad Master in Nigeria, or My Health is My Wealth. And please follow us on our Instagram handle at Elzel Salad Master. Yeah, Elzel Salad Master. And we're also on the TikTok at TonyBello007. Okay. All right. So thank you very much for joining me. Now we are going to be adding our vegetable. All right. Like I said, this is Osumada soup. Yeah, if you are just joining me and you are wondering what this show is all about, what are we cooking today? So today's menu is Osumada soup. Osumada soup. And this soup, this special delicacy, is all the way from Niger Delta. It's an ingredients of Agbo people's soup. Very healthy, very nutritious, yummy. And they use a particular stick, a special stick, and it's called liquor rice. Yeah, it's called liquor rice stick. So the local name is called Osumada stick. Okay, but the English name is called liquor rice stick. It's a very healthy stick used for stomach upset or whatever it is. Okay, and it's very, very healthy. I think you should find out that stick and also know more about this. It's very healthy, which I've already explained on the show. All right, so I'm going to be adding my vegetables, and then we will be dishing our delicious, yummy, sumptuous soup. Okay. Okay, so this is uzuza leaf. Like I said, Agbo people, okay, where this soup is originated from, they don't add vegetables to this soup, to this particular delicacy. But because this is a healthy leaf cooking show, I decided to add a very special leaf to it to make it looking more yummy, appetizing, and nutritious. Yeah. Okay. So then I'm going to be adding uzuza leaf inside the soup. Okay. All right. This smells amazing. I don't even know what it's smelling like. Bitter soup or hot soup because of the locust beans or gribo that I added inside this. And I can actually perceive the liquor rice stick. I'm perceiving that. Okay. What Salad Master does to your food, that it protects the integrity of the food, keeps it, locks in the flavor, the nutrition, retains an average of 93 nutrients in the food. Okay, and you cook with low, medium, cooking with a cookware made of titanium 3160i, which helps to protect the purity of your food, locks in the flavor, no toxins going or leaching into your food. All right, okay, so I'm going to cover this and allow this to continue to simmer. All right. Okay, so like I was saying, there, that is Osumada soup and Osumada soup. Osumada soup. Okay, that is the pronunciation, Osumada soup. All right, so in there, I use for my recipes that I use for my soup, I use crayfish, I use rice smoked fish, I use stockfish, I use locust beans. Okay, I use red bell pepper, red chilies, red scotch bonnets, sea salt to taste, and I also use the locust beans. Yeah, so these are basically what I use. And for my protein, I use goat meat because goat meat is more healthy than beef. Okay, all right, so it's time for us to dish, and we will be dishing. I will be dishing our Osumada soup. Okay. All right, so thank you for joining me on the show. Please subscribe, share, like, and also comment. All right, so I'll be dishing this amazing soup right now. Okay, so I'm going to be dishing this soup. Okay, so this soup is very easy to prepare. You should try it out. So when you want to prepare this soup, okay, how to get the liquor rice, how to get the liquor rice stick or the Osumada stick, just go to where they're selling soup items. Tell them that you want to get banga stick. That is how this market woman will give it to you. If you said you want to get liquor rice stick, they will tell you they don't have it, even if it's there in their presence. Okay, so tell them you're looking for banga stick, and they will give it to you. All right. Okay. Yummy. So what would you like to be eating this with? And eat this with any swallow of your choice. Just any swallow of your choice. So you don't have to be too thick or too watery. Just the normal texture is good. Just the normal texture. Beautiful. Okay, so this is our Osumada soup. Looking very yummy, very delicious, and super healthy. Okay, so this soup was cooked with absolutely no oil and no MSG. Cook in a more healthier way using our Salad Master healthy cooking system. So this is yummy. Bon appetit! Bon appetit! Okay, so you can take this with any swallow of your choice. Let me off my hot plate first, so I do not put my hand on the hot plates. I don't want after eating, after cooking, then burn my hand. No way. No. Perfect. Good. Okay. So thank you everyone that subscribed. Thank you everyone that commented. Thank you, Madam Sharon. Thank you, Bennett Pope. Thank you everyone. Thank you so very much. So for this soup, you can eat it with any swallow of your choice. Amala, sorghum meal, wheat, pounded yam, any swallow of your choice, even any swallow of your choice, any swallow of your choice. They're very healthy soup and very, very yummy. Okay, it's very yummy. Okay, so let me quickly do a recap on the ingredient that I used for this Osumada soup. So for Osumada soup, I used crayfish, blended crayfish, red scotch bonnets, red chilies, yeah, local ogiri, that is locust beans, ogiri Igbo. I use locust beans. I think I use any locust beans of your choice, depending on the one you want to use. I use dry smoked fish, I use stockfish. Then for the protein, I use goat meat, okay? I use goat meat. And then this soup is not complete. This soup is not Osumada soup if you did not add that stick. That stick is what specialized it. That stick is what he made it to called Osumada stick, because Osumada is the name of the stick. Okay? Osumada is the name of the stick, and the English name for that stick is called liquorice. That is the name, that is the English name. All right. So I use Osumada stick and also use vegetables. So this soup is from Agbo. It's from Niger Delta. Niger Delta people, they don't put vegetable into this soup. But we decided to add vegetable because this is a healthy living show. We're trying to make it more healthier. Okay. So that is all the ingredient that I use. And then for tasting, I already use sea salt to taste. No MSG there. No. We use our local spice. All right, so thank you so very much for joining me on the show. Please comment, like, and share, and also share this video. All right, share this video. Don't keep it to yourself. Share this video, like and comment, and also recommend our channel to your friends and your family. Okay, recommend our channel, Healthy Living Shows, okay, to your friends and your family. Thank you for joining me on this show. See you again for another show. Thank you, and you have a lovely weekend. Stay safe, eat healthy, and be happy. Bye.